introduce
That
yourself.
boy good. It's almost like I do this for a living.
Camera battery over here.
I'm just saying.
I actually missed that earlier. I wanted to really like not.
My headphones died, so I can't hear. And apparently,
You kept saying are we recording?
these aren't.
We are recording.
Oh, when you kept saying earlier about the production was when you kept saying earlier about how the production was minimalistic and all that, I'm like, I really feel like you were coming from like an elite of your craft standpoint of like he just truly understands his production to the level of when you're at that level, it just seems kind of that simple kind of thing. And I'm like, you're underappreciating it just because that's just the level that you're at. Like, sure, other people might not know that,
Well,
but that.
I see where you're coming from with that, but I never said I didn't appreciate it, and I never said that that the production wasn't top tier.
You expected more from Kendrick?
Nah, what I was saying is that it takes. You guys are saying that the production is elite and the production did well. I called it minimalistic, but I never said that it was bad. I called it minimalistic and great in the same sense.
Yeah,
because
I took the fire off of you in the group chat.
You did. Because that's what I was trying to say is like, again, in this age, like back in the day when you had, the bass player, the guitar player, some dude on the keys, and you had a drummer, that's all you could do. Nowadays, when everything's on the computer, it's real easy to overproduce. And that's what I was saying is like, that is why this is also it's minimalistic, but it's a production masterclass is because it had everything that it needed. And there was nothing, right. And there was nothing extra. Nothing took up too much space. Baby. And what happened is like when you have tracks like that where you only have just what you need, you allow someone like Kendrick, whose vocals and bars drive the songs, you allow his vocals to do just that. You have the beat, and it's like built around his vocals. That's why Colin was saying that the mix was so nice, and he loved listening to it in the cars because the beat was built so well and so not overproduced that it allowed his vocals to sit there uncontested with everything else going on around it.
Hey Now is different. That's a whole different. But hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Woah Chill Wednesday, and we're back with more GNX. But to jump straight back into it, Hey Now is a special. It's a special case in my book because they were able to keep Kendrick's lower frequency vocals, at least in my eyes. They were keeping a lot of his bass, his own personal bass that he has, but completely separated from the natural bass and 808 that they had going. And I don't know if that's an 808 or not, but the bass that they had going.
Well, that's a separation.
Doom, doom. But in the car, you would expect there to be, when you have your treble boosted and things like that, you would expect that to clash, but it doesn't.
Can I ask a question to the group? Did y'all do the car stereo test on this album?
You got to. You absolutely have to.
I did it on a Saturday night while I was driving.
I didn't listen to any of the songs full through.
In 7 years, I'll finish that.
Through most of the songs, I was just like, oh, Drake, Beef, oh, Drake, oh, F everybody. So I was just,
can I just say one thing as somebody who does work with music? Again,
Rosecrans.
All I'm saying is, again, this whole album was definitely a production masterclass. But I just want to put one thing for the record. On first listen and even second, third, fourth listen, the beat on GNX, the song, if I heard just that instrumental and someone sent that and said, this is going to be the next big song on your album, I would have thought somebody was going to ruin my career. Because
not everyone can do what Kendrick does.
In my opinion, the beat on GNX with Hitta, J3,
when I first heard it, I cut it off immediately.
That's why, hold on.
I was so, Kai, no, fam.
Listen, that's I'll beep that out. But
that's what you be counting on. You be hoping, he gonna edit this right?
Bing bong.
Hey man, if we get copyrighted for a half second, that's crazy. But you know what I mean? Again, that goes back.
We will come back together and do an audio only adventure for everybody if they want to hear it.
Be here.
I'm not going to be here.
Like you don't want to be here now. Talk about you ain't going to be here. This is the quietest I've ever heard. Now, she said I ain't going to be here, man. Quiet. It's the quietest I've ever heard.
That's all I wanted to say.
The part where they're cooking at right now is necessary, but I don't have an input to it.
You have a direct contradiction.
You've been dancing all night, nigga, like the last.
No. Confirm.
Did y'all hear me say this album was ass?
She said, listen.
Did y'all hear me say any songs was ass?
No, she said, play
I
Scrabble
said,
Up,
play
guys.
Scrabble Up. I've been doing this all week.
You realize that you realize that of the comments that we do get, majority of them are surrounding you and your takes and how people feel about the way you view things.
What I'm trying to say is though, right? Y'all have
People
been
like hearing what you have to
y'all
say.
have been
She's
in this
slowly
moment.
switching sides.
No.
Slowly switching sides.
No, I will say this.
That's how it always is.
Within the gap from last time everybody's heard from me to now, I've come to terms with the fact that Drake lost this battle. And it don't have anything to do, from my standpoint, based on the songs or lyricism or any of that. It just solely has to do with Kendrick kept his foot on gas. His side was well thought through. It was given, I hate this nigga. That's how you're supposed to be.
No,
That's how
it's
you-
given he hates everybody.
It's given, I hate the way you talk. I hate the way that you smile. It's given, I hate
the
everything.
way that you dress,
That's how you're supposed to be.
and I hate the way that I like. This has
Drake?
always been the thing.
Yeah,
I
okay.
haven't always been a
With
Drake
that
hater,
being said,
but recently I hate the
Nah,
way
his
that Drake
hairstyles
is.
has been blowing me, boy.
His fits have been
Blowing
blowing
me.
me.
I already
Bro.
told y'all.
And then the way
said it.
where he be posing like, but and somebody.
Yo, the
thing is,
pictures is the worst.
somebody's gonna
lips.
gonna
That
comment on
shit
this and be
gay.
like, yo,
It's gay. And I'm
Bro,
gay,
when
but
he
those
had
lips-
the little bubbles,
It's too much.
I'm from Grenada. I'm Caribbean. We call them
Too much,
bubbles.
girl.
When he had the little bubbles in his hair with the ponytails, I was like, bro, my sister dressed like this in 4th grade.
when
Like,
this man be posing
Nah.
in pictures like this,
yeah.
Nah.
it be pissing me.
When Drake dressed up as
Straight
Smino,
artifice, bro.
no, when Drake
why,
dressed up as
dog?
Smino, that's when I started checking out.
Dog.
Colin said
Auntie
this.
started checking out. Why was you dressed just like Smino?
Colin said Drake posed like the girls from middle school with purple hair.
Bro, ooh.
I'm like, leave it to Uzi, please.
That was so accurate.
Uzi was
please,
that was
please.
incredibly
Uzi
accurate.
one of them ones too. He been killing
But
me.
that's
like,
his shit.
I
He
get
can
it,
do
and I
that.
love to each his own. That's why I don't
When
comment
did
on
she
shit
pull
like
the
that.
mic upside down?
But boy,
Shout out to 44 Irvin drink. Ja, are you able? Do you have a name for this drink that most of us are drinking? I done switched to the brown, but
This right here. This here.
just so I can't hear
Who would
nothing.
like
So
to
were y'all
call
able to
this
hear what
drink
he said?
Allure?
I didn't hear you,
Nah,
Ja.
say it again, Ja.
Speak again.
Yeah,
Speak
you
again.
got-
Straight,
do
you got
it.
straight into the mic.
I just made this. I don't have a name for it.
He said I'm nice like that.
It's like, yeah, he
He
like
said
that.
untitled. He
Un-
said untitled.
Untitled and
Untitled Unmastered.
Drop a bomb in post production,
Her.
or just listen to the bass coming from downstairs.
Yeah, they wild.
But no,
What would I be without my baby?
listen.
What I be without you?
To bring it back in. To bring it back
What does
in.
Ja Rule think about this album?
We don't care.
You know what? I actually uncovered some hip hop history.
Who gives a f what Ja Rule thinks?
Right.
No. I
this.
saw some. They were like, yo,
For as long as 50 Cent keep buying out all his concert tickets, I don't want to hear nothing he gotta say.
no. 50 Cent is the craziest bully ever, and
Dog.
50 is my idol when it comes to
Shout out
bullying.
50 though. 50's a genius at marketing,
Right,
bro.
right.
He's talking about great marketing all night. That man's
but you know what?
Oh, yeah.
50 raps like a boxer too, cause he'll bitch anybody. What he did at the Source Awards? Oh,
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
that's
Whoa.
another
Proud.
menace.
Whoa,
Another menace to society.
Don't put that on him. Young Buck through a table.
It's the Source Awards.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Did y'all not watch Boondocks?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
WWE.
Somebody threw
All
a
of
chair.
a sudden,
Oh, man.
somebody threw a
give
chair.
Give Young Buck his just due. Give him his props.
I ain't gonna lie to
Throw a chair.
you. At one point, at one era, 50 was the more tamed Tupac in my eyes. Like the wildin' out,
Wait,
the
who?
acting
No,
bad.
the more tame
50.
Tupac
50.
is Kendrick, baby.
No, I'm
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
the wilding
50.
out, the pulling up on everybody.
I don't know about the more tame part, but I like the comparison.
Because you gotta like think about it. 50 is the anti Tupac because 50 is a thug turned troll. And that I mean, I
Well, we
wanna say
don't know
troll,
what
but
Pac
he's a,
would've
but he's a,
became.
he's a thug turned artist, actor, mogul. Pac was an art school kid groomed to be what he eventually became,
other
but
way around.
turned thug. So Shout out to
First
Pac.
off, fuck you.
Damn, was Pac the first what? Little Mabu and all these other little
Reincarnated.
Takashi, the first. He was all these. They just made him white. Like
No. I think, like, at that time, niggas was kind of wilding in general, but, like,
I have a question.
Pac was, like, what was one of a kind.
no, I
for
mean
sure.
from a standpoint.
But I can't really
You
speak
might
on that
have
because I was
missed
a
the
child.
exact
like,
point
so.
I was making because it was
Wait.
a little extreme.
What's-
I meant from a standpoint of labels creating these what they call them industry plants or whatever. Like obviously I don't mean Pac was an industry plant, obviously, but was he one of the first ones where the label was like, oh, you would be perfect for this role, like actors, like was he the first one?
They went and got that
Comes
man
back
out of
to my
jail,
question
so
that I tried
he
to ask
kind of
before they
is,
started
yo.
arguing.
What's
What
your
do you
question?
guys think he would have been if he didn't turn hard?
Who, Pac?
Yeah.
I have the answer.
That might be a whole episode.
I
Like,
think he would have been Jada's entanglement.
Yep. Well, that would have been her first husband.
whole episode, like I said.
Or her husband.
That would have been her
Not
first
Will.
husband.
That would have been her first husband.
He'd have been the
Nah,
first
she
nigga
still
Will
is.
Smith slapped. Like,
Nah.
They would probably still be together.
he still is her entanglement.
Yeah.
Yikes.
To be honest
Spiritually.
with you, Jada wouldn't have been with nobody.
Pac ain't left.
if
That's
that
why they
man
keep
was
saying
there.
Pac's still here. Pac can't leave, bro. Jada got him trapped in this bitch.
I think he would have been Jason. from
I need him
Jason's
not to be
Lyric.
in limbo for anyone here on earth.
And they would have been reading poetry and doing it in the lilies and all of that stuff. I saw the documentary on him, and he was a very eloquent individual.
Nah, facts.
And I'm sure he was like, if he didn't look hard and wasn't bald and had the bone structure, they would have been saying he was gay. But he looked scary.
Yo, real talk.
And, like,
All right, John. You got.
I'm just
That's
saying.
listen. You got two of those, and that's two strikes, nigga. One more.
Sometimes I be feeling like the hardest. This is gonna sound wild, crazy, and I don't care. Sometimes I be feeling like the hardest thing about Pac was the bandana. Like I'm not gonna lie, in terms of physical image. Like,
Nah, bro. I'm
Moriel
sorry. It
can't
was-
contain herself right now, dog.
I mean, I'm gonna one up you. It had to be the stomach tattoo, bro. The thumb.
Nah, he had a very demeanor. His demeanor to
Nah,
me.
my shit about Pac.
his demeanor always
Rest in
gave
peace.
like
Rest- I'm
empathy.
John, bro. Listen,
Like,
rest in peace, my cousin baby father, bro. He had Thug Life tattooed on his forearms.
Tupac
It didn't look as hard as that joint on the nigga's stomach.
I mean,
Tupac fuck Madonna?
no cat though. Like John might have been on to something because we all seen.
ASAP was so confused.
Listen, John might have been on to something though because we all seen Friday After Next, and they had Terry Crews going Tupac,
No.
Tupac.
Hold on. Zamani asked us, "Do we know what Thug Life means? What does Thug Life mean, Zamani?" You gotta put it around. You gotta put it around the.
Come over here. This thing ain't that long. Pause.
So it's basically the hate you give little infants fucks everybody.
Say that again.
The hate you give little infants fucks everybody.
Wow.
Did he say that?
There's a movie that came out.
Did he say that?
Amanda Steinberg.
Yes.
Yep.
And that was all based upon. And that's the
He
meaning
said
of-
that.
Yeah, I will have to do some research, but to my knowledge, that's the meaning.
That's exactly what Young Thug said when he went to trial.
I'm not going.
And Pac also got locked up. So
Was
you know, niggas have gotten off a lot of bullshit days.
wasn't
I'm not gonna hold you. When I was growing up in church, somebody
That
tried to
nigga wanted to
Christianize
be a
Thug.
gangster.
to stick with the acronyms? To stick with the acronyms for a second, wasn't Pac also the one that gave nigga the whole never ignorant getting goals accomplished or whatever? Was that not Pac as well, or am I reaching? I thought that association was there as well. No,
I don't know, but Push said, "Sorry, nigga, I'm trying to come home." Snitch. All right, let's move on.
Acronyms are always
Sorry,
good.
you never heard Snitch? We'll play it. We'll play it in a way.
Acronyms are kind of like
is-
Paul Atreides.
Is
I'm trying to
anybody
come home. That was heat. I'm not gonna lie.
okay? Is anybody? If y'all don't know that song, then we have problems. We might have to shut this pod down. We can't talk about no more hip hop. Anyway, is anybody upset or does anybody have any feelings about Kendrick taking shots directly at Wayne?
Nah.
It's, whether you believe it's a
don't
shot or
know.
not, whether you believe it's a diss or not,
Okay.
he mentioned how he used to bump the Carter 3. He asked Wayne,
Irony.
"Tell me why you think you deserve the greatest of all time," and then later said that he deserves it all. That's a shot at Wayne. How do we feel?
I think
I think
he
it
was
was
too
justified.
high on his horse.
Nah, you're wild.
I think it was justified.
Yeah, it was definitely justified.
Why?
It was just because it's a talking point. Like we
But
were
Wayne
talking
didn't
about
say anything. To
Wayne
him.
didn't. Kendrick didn't say much either.
No,
Kendrick
he
didn't
said
say-
Wayne's name. Wayne never.
He
mentioned
said his
Kendrick.
name. That's not saying much at all. Like
It's a direct shot. Wayne said what he said, and yes,
Wayne is still
yes,
a rapper who's alive.
Well-
Kendrick thinks he's better than him. He can talk about him. Like, what are you talking about?
All I'm saying is he's too
Rapping
high
like a
on his
boxer.
horse. He's too high on his horse, and I'm letting y'all know now. Remember, I said this shit today. If he don't chill out, he's gonna fuck up his
Shoot
own
him off.
ride.
Wayne in a battle.
Shoot him
rap,
off.
bro. Sorry, I
Let's
love
Shoot him off.
see.
Shoot him off that horse.
Let's
cut.
see.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll bet. Honestly, I'm not saying Wayne is not capable. Wayne is very capable.
It's a
but
battle rapper.
I didn't say he was a battle rapper. I just said he.
But
was
this is
capable.
what this is where we're at right now. Like we're
But
literally
he don't
talking-
want.
Personally-
Wayne shouldn't want that problem. I wouldn't recommend that for him.
I don't even think the problem is.
Speak, Colin. You seem like you got an important point. You raised your
Why the
hand.
fuck are we talking like this is 2009, nigga? Wayne is not in no type of shape to deal with Kendrick. Are you shitting me?
He's
That's
not.
not the issue.
What are we
don't
talking
know.
about? What are we,
Wayne
wait,
is
hold
not-
on. What are we talking about?
I love everybody, and
Bro,
at the end of
Wayne
the
is
day,
in shape.
they gotta
for-
win.
Johnson, let me get up out of here.
Lyrically,
What are we talking about?
bro.
If he's on, if he's on a high,
I don't think this will be his sport that he's good at.
It's not
Wayne has
realistic.
never played this sport, and the reason Wayne has never played this sport is because he's not even in tuned enough in the culture. He's not in tuned enough in the culture to actually diss somebody. You don't know what's going on out here.
Wayne is a
I mean,
Wayne. Stop. Wait, what? Nigga, Wayne is a rapper.
Right.
If Wayne want to
You're
get in the
missing the
booth and he
point.
want, if that's not
Dissing
what,
somebody requires you to be up to date on what's relevant.
no,
and
it
what's going on.
doesn't.
Yeah, see, what the fuck are your bars about?
I didn't say Wayne
You
was
could just
irrelevant.
Wayne is an alien of a rapper. Wayne don't have to actually know no facts. Wayne could just get on the fucking
Spit better than
just
you.
get he could just get on a track and just make you look silly.
I'm a
He
mother-
was-
There are certain
Commercial.
artists who can just dance. I don't need shit. I could just get out here and just play around with you. I know it's the 10-minute sign. He lets us know. It's hilarious.
You need a Sharpie. You definitely need a Sharpie, my boy.
No, we could, or we could just have a clock that
Yeah,
counts the
facts.
time for us. Sorry.
That's not out
But the
here
point
passing
is,
out.
if Wayne wants to just go ahead and dance, bro, he can dance. The point is, who's gonna shoot him off of this high horse that you claim he's on?
That's what
He's
I said.
gonna shoot
I need
himself
my.
off with his high
I
horse.
need this man J. Cole to come here.
It's
and
not
say,
gonna
hey,
happen.
It's not safe
This
for
ain't
him.
J. Cole's
Cole
battle.
does-
I feel like y'all
This ain't
saying it's
J-
not gonna
It's not
happen because
safe
y'all
for
don't want it
him.
to happen.
It's not safe for him.
That's gonna get bad.
It's not safe for
It's
him.
gonna get bad.
I knew that's the point y'all was gonna come from, bro. Like, yeah, that's clear bias. Like, and that's all I'm gonna say.
But Cole has demonstrated he's not willing to take it to the place that Kendrick's gonna take it. And as a Cole fan, I don't want to see that shit. That's gonna get bad.
That's one thing that I can't say.
Am I crazy?
I feel like people would eat up the Kendrick versus Drake,
Cole up.
but Kendrick versus
He
Cole,
ate
I don't
Cole
think
up.
people want to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't think people? Yeah, people.
Already.
The majority of people that listen to hip hop music don't truly enjoy the culture, so you're
Cole
probably
would demolish.
right.
I heard
would love
they
to see
ready.
it. I would love
Now,
to see.
I
it.
heard
Now,
Black
would I-
Friday.
Would I be?
It's about to be Black Friday.
Like this.
Would I be happy to see two of the greatest
wanna see
lyricists
that,
go at it?
like-
Would
I
I?
don't want to see you.
Would I be happy to see the music that Kendrick versus Cole produces? No, but as far as for the culture, Kendrick versus
All right,
Drake is
question.
the battle.
While we're here, y'all, I obviously know you two's answer.
Future, why
y'all
you had to
believe
shut
that
up, too? I don't
GNX
wanna
is
see you
is
die
a
either,
better
nigga.
album than Might Delete Later?
You said what?
Y'all
Absolutely.
believe GNX
No,
is a
I
better
don't.
album than Might Delete Later?
I don't.
Absolutely,
Yes.
I don't.
absolutely.
I don't.
100%.
That's a hard. Wait,
I don't.
That's a hard question.
I
Figure.
don't.
I didn't even listen to the whole thing.
Oh,
for
that
Might
hurts.
delete later, because then he deleted it. I didn't make it
Oh,
in
he's still
time.
up.
He followed up.
I really didn't make it
On all
in time.
streaming
I
platforms.
literally didn't make it in time.
Wait, I'm sorry. Time out. I'm thinking about if you're reading this, it's too late.
No.
Yeah, no. J. Cole.
J.
J. Cole's
delete
out.
later?
Go ahead
oh,
and lie.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought you was about to say it was better than
Figure.
if it's seen
And
it's
Might
too
delete.
late.
And I really like Might delete later.
Figured.
I thought you was about to say
These
some
niggas
bullshit.
playing
I had to
pretty
look at
Ricky.
you real
I
quick.
didn't say Cole wasn't excellent. I was always expecting more from Cole than what he's given us. If he comes
I
out
can
and
agree.
What y'all know?
If he comes out in Act 7,
They don't play this in
Scene
church,
5.
Jeff.
The play's almost
Moriel,
over.
Moriel.
The Super Bowl is in February.
Moriel, I'm not gonna lie.
Just stay.
At the end of the day, Cole bowed out, and he has to wear that L for that. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Cole would have demolished this situation.
No,
and Cole knows how. You see how nasty Kendrick going? Cole know that shit would have got this nasty, and that's why he bowed out.
Any of that other shit matters when you're really that good at this shit. Like the way this man J. Cole actually raps in the actual. I can't. Let me know. I don't like the speculation because other people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's just your opinion."
Kendrick said he gonna put any rapper on life support. That's what he said, and I believe him.
All right.
I believe him. If,
Bar for bar,
if,
bro.
If Kai
And
said this
love
the
Kendrick
appetizer,
Lamar.
what do you think is coming
he's
next?
winning that.
I'm sorry. Cole
kill shot.
has had a couple of chances to prove to me that even, bruh,
On the
on Forbidden, on the song Forbidden Fruit.
Yeah.
Forbidden
right.
Fruit is a great song, but let's be real.
That
the song
wasn't
turns up,
competition.
but the song turns up when you
never
hear.
got
"Me
that
and my
competition.
bitch Take a little trip down to the garden. Take a little.
Wait, Forbidden Fruit is with Drake. That's not what. Forbidden Fruit is with Drake. That's not what Cole.
Like,
Forbidden Fruit is Drake. That's not.
No, that's J. Cole and Kendrick.
J. Cole.
That's J. Cole's song off of Born Sinner.
Yep.
And it's featuring,
Right.
and then Kendrick
Because
comes in.
that's
"Me and
back
my
when
bitch."
the Lord, they were supposed to make an
Bitches
album
coming,
together
go,
that
you
never
know that?
happened.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
when J. Cole and Kendrick
You know
were
that.
supposed to make an album?
Don't shit last.
You remember that?
What did you say?
When Kendrick and J. Cole were supposed to make a
Yeah, the
a
whole Black
partnership
Friday
album?
and all
Yeah.
He's
Y'all
still
missed the
making
most
drinks.
important part.
Yeah.
What?
He was like, bitch.
Bitch. Everybody have the ad lib
Bitches
like that.
coming,
Oh,
go.
we doing
What is that,
platinum
platinum?
again?
What is that, platinum?
But yet again,
We're so
though,
off topic.
Yet
bro.
again, though, that song
the
wasn't
platinum
about
watch.
a bar for bar. Like that song wasn't what we're the context we're talking about.
That's
now.
back when they was friends and it wasn't talking about who was the best. They were
They
just having fun.
ready. Black
Yeah,
Friday.
that's the song. They ready. That's
and
the song.
Black
When you said
Friday.
Kendrick is up 2-0 in terms of if you want to put them next to each other when they was on music together, who had the better verses. You're right on those. But I'm talking about if this is for all the marbles, J. Cole's not losing that. I don't care.
I
You
think
can't
Cole.
convince
I'm
me
sorry. I
otherwise.
think Cole is losing. Do I think he's
Right.
getting absolutely
J. Cole bowed
demolished?
out. He was
No.
disqualified. He was disqualified.
I don't
baby.
think
know.
J. Cole loses
He was
as bad as Drake
disqualified.
did. I don't think Cole loses as
He
bad as
didn't
Drake
have to
did.
lose.
Cole
He
did
was
Kendrick a favor.
disqualified.
Cole did Kendrick
my
a favor.
soul, like
Kendrick a
oh
favor.
my
We can roll the
soul.
tape back. I said I was excited about what Cole was gonna do.
You know,
I was excited. I was a fan of all three. I'm still a fan of all three. I shouldn't even use past tense.
what y'all not understanding?
Like, bro, friends came around like, yo, this.
What y'all not understanding?
That's like when back in middle school when somebody used to pick on the little kid that don't really fight like that, and you know they about to get washed at the end of the day type shit. So now everybody come around like yo, nah, bro, don't do that. Because when somebody about to step in like, oh, I'll fight you for him, and they know that the person who been bullying the whole time can't beat that nigga.
There's
It's like,
no taking the
Schoolboy
high
Q
road
and all
in
them
Look,
came through like,
all
oh,
I'm
nah,
all
leave
I'm gonna
him
say is
alone,
this:
bro.
I definitely don't think J. Cole would have lost as bad as Drake did. However, I definitely don't think that J. Cole would have filed no lawsuit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me tell you
That is what we
something.
supposed
The
to
point
do.
that y'all are
That
missing.
boy said I got somewhere to go. You better pick up on the signs. You about to keep going right past what he just did.
The point that y'all
That
are
really was
missing
not like us though. Sorry, B.
is that Kendrick was able to show like how low he was willing to go in the mud by
To hell.
basically airing Drake out, right? He wouldn't have been able to use that tactic with J. Cole, and that would have been a major component of who was going to win that battle. So with J. Cole having such a clean slate, being able to go neck and neck with you lyrically and creatively, well, not creatively.
You know,
But-
creatively, they were the conscious rappers. They
No,
were
yes,
supposed to go
yes.
head
But
to
I will
head.
admit that Kendrick is on he's in a different realm when it comes to that. But outside of that, with a clean slate, I don't know if he would have had upper hand
bar
on Cole.
for bar, and I will stand by this to my grave.
'Cause both
bro,
of them can
until
get
they actually
gritty.
go at it. J. Cole is better than Kendrick Lamar. Bar for bar.
Moving
literally
on.
Better.
Per the Associated Press, Drake alleged in a court filing Monday that the universe.
UM.
Don't say nothing else. That them falsely pumped. Y'all not gonna get us, goddammit. Y'all not gonna snatch my 54. Y'all not gonna snatch my 54 views per video. Damn it. Them pumped up the popularity of Spotify and other streaming services of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, a song that viciously attacked Drake amid a bitter feud between the two hip-hop superstars. The petition in the New York court by the rapper's company Frozen Moments LLC demands the preservation and divulgence of information that might indulge evidence in a potential lawsuit against them, which is the distributor for the record labels of both Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So Drake sues his own label for pumping pause the that's hilarious.
No
that
Joe
Drake,
Pump it up.
Drake
Yeah, I just said no Joe Budden.
Now,
who had beef with Joe Budden is now suing somebody for pumping up
now,
some numbers.
now let me say
pump
let me
it
say
up.
this. On the surface, like
Did Kendrick turn into the nigga that Drake almost was?
from
He
a
You done seen
was
it-
already?
let me say
You done
this.
seen a lot of niggas, man.
Let me say this. From a musical standpoint, this like the publication or publicization, whatever that word is. That does that
Polarization?
no, but the public knowledge of this lawsuit
I love how he still does his
doesn't
job.
not it doesn't make the L look any better. I will say that. If anything, it makes the L look worse. However, when I read into the details of why
Makes perfect
he's doing
sense.
it, I do think there is
Validity?
now as far as legal aspects go, I don't know if there's like a very strong legal bias because I don't know how none of the like the music deals work.
No,
but allegedly, Drake's attorneys are trying to allege that Drake is due for a re-signing soon, like up for like to sign a new contract,
And he loves it in advance.
and he does love an advance. But what his lawyers are trying to argue is that they tried to push the popularity of this song to devalue Drake, so he would be forced to take a lower deal when he has historically been one of their most valuable assets.
Listen.
primary-
I'm gonna
So
tell you
when
some
you
good
look
stuff.
at again, it doesn't make the L look better, but when you look at the numbers and like the
Question.
politics behind it, that's
Question.
kind of a basis.
Very quick. I'm just very quick question, and then you guys can take it away. Does anybody here believe that Not Like Us has been streamed 17 million times in the United States?
Hell yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have gave it 100K.
Oh yeah, like without a doubt.
I
But
have
anyway,
a point.
the primary argument in their
I'm about to go make another
so
drink.
far,
I'm done.
From what I've read, the primary argument so far from what I've read in their like lawsuit or whatever has been the fact that I'm an asset, he's an asset. You did not protect me from him. You did not protect me, period. It didn't even matter from who, to be honest. Like, they're supposed to protect their asset, and he's saying that because he is up for this contract renewal or whatever, that's exactly why they didn't do that. I don't know. I don't care about the exact details because I'm not on the inside. I don't know about if they took his money and then, used it to whatever,
I also
whatever.
want to turn people's attention in terms of this universal discussion. I'm on Black
Damn.
Twitter. Oh, it's not even Black Twitter anymore. X.
Elon's Twitter.
But Kendrick has already spoken on this, and he's talked about it on America Has a Problem, the remix.
Bing bong.
He said, Universal, don't play possum. I'm a businessman doing as follows. Truthfully, I be lying in my rap songs, because I always fail to mention I would slap homie. His career didn't come with no life insurance. Hope his day one fans got some facts on him.
Nah.
They have been, what people aren't
Pussy.
taking into account, Drake and Kendrick have been low-key taking shots at each other for a decade. This is not even a new thing necessarily. This has been brewing for a very long time. How do I know? I was listening to Poetic Justice in college. I was a fan of Big Sean. I was a fan of Asher Roth. I was a fan of Kid Cudi. I was a fan of freaking Kendrick and Drake all at the same time. They have all been going at each other all this time.
Yeah.
But like, these are the ones that have stood the test of time and are both now superstars. People are making it seem like Drake is the only superstar.
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. I think it just comes down to this in very plain sight. Again, like how you said earlier, why he's suing them and not Kendrick.
Yeah.
The reality situation is this: if we're on the same label, you're literally getting money from me. Like, you're making money off of me. I am paying you to promote me, and you're using money that from me is coming into this label.
But
you're using that to push something that's against me.
We're talking.
Allegedly.
We're talking business, though. You know what that's called in business? It's called hedging your bets.
But Mario,
that's called I bet on both sides.
But Mario,
I'm making
Hold on,
money
Bika,
both times.
before you go. You know why that's some hating ass shit?
Why?
Because you believe that I'm not able to do the numbers that I did. When in reality,
Colin,
hold on.
It's not. I'm gonna pause you right there. I'm sorry. I know you want to go on, but it's actually not some hating that shit when it's. I won't say 100% proven because it wasn't proven in the public eye, but so far in the industry, like J. Cole's already taken it and run with it. The media was taking the narrative and run with it so far. It's already out there that there was a whole scheme behind the whole you paid algorithm bots and all that. So I won't put it too far past you. What else can you do? Like,
Bruh, when was the last time you turned on a pregame show for a football game and didn't hear that song playing in the background while the players are warming
and
up?
Colin, can I ask you a question? Is that usually a coincidence? Or
But
you and I both know that people get paid to do that.
Do you know how I'll negate
Wait,
that?
what?
I'll negate it. You know why I can negate that? Drake is arguing that he, as an independent artist, got it out the mud, and he really didn't need a push from the companies but behind the record deals. He did have his own motion.
Hold on,
but
Mario.
so did Kendrick.
Mario, tag me in.
It's not about Kendrick.
Our highest fucking streamed episode is because of that song. What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm wondering what the.
What are we talking about?
Y'all are
I'm
missing
wondering
the
the
point,
same
bro.
thing
Y'all
because we're
missing the
supposed to be
point.
talking about the
Hold
lawsuit
on.
between Kendrick
Hold on.
Lamar. I mean, between Drake and Universal.
Between Drake and
his
UMG.
label.
You know,
That's what
y'all
we're supposed to be
listen-
talking about.
you
We keep
know
talking
what?
about Kendrick Lamar.
No. The point y'all
he's
missing
suing
is
them
Kendrick's
again
for black
for
grandparents.
not protecting.
That's what
I
y'all
was
missing.
trying to make a point, but y'all cut me off. Whether it's about Kendrick Lamar or whether it's about the label or not, it's not about the label. It's about his ego and his position and who he is. And
Yes.
being able to hold something above Kendrick. I don't believe that you can do my numbers. Kendrick said, I'm just as good as you. Actually, nigga, I'm better
Y'all
than you.
looking at it too deep though, Colin.
We're not.
Y'all are no, because y'all are being
It's
so
simply
biased.
about making
So-
a
so
thing.
simple.
So when we start...
Colin, can I ask you a
biased.
question? I'm gonna ask you a simple question.
Here we go.
When we had Dunkin' events, could we walk in with a Starbucks cup?
What does that have to do with
Because
No,
they're on
it
the
has a
same
lot to. No,
label.
she has a valid point.
No,
It's
it doesn't because Dunkin' and Starbucks
They're
aren't. I
being
mean, Dunkin' and
so
Starbucks
biased
are
that
owned by the
it's a
same
mis- That's my
company.
point.
We're
It's a
talking about
plain point.
contractually here.
That's like
You're talking about You're talking about loopholes
Stop,
and
bro,
breaching
I'm
contracts.
trying to respond to her. A better comparison would be: could I walk into Z100 with a KTU shirt on? It's the same company.
That's the same thing.
Drake
though.
and Kendrick are under the same label.
Yes.
Tunde.
Y'all were talking about competitors. They're on
These-
the same
that-
team.
They're on the same team.
Right now, they're competitive. They're on the same team. That's what y'all missing. It's a conflict of interest.
Y'all keep
It's a conflict
involving
of
Kendrick
You were
interest.
the
Lamar.
golden
Y'all-
child.
Y'all talking
You were the
about
golden-
they're on the same
Exactly.
team. Y'all keep involving
Y'all
Kendrick
are-
Lamar.
You were the golden child forever.
Colin,
Quill, you brought up
it's not
views.
about Kendrick.
Quill,
Every
you brought
rap
up views.
brain
Hold on, yo.
ends.
Quill, you brought up views in the group chat, right? I listened to views after you brought that up, right? One thing that Drake said in views is, I'm retiring by 35. Where is Drake at right now? Past 35, not
That's not
retired.
the first time he said he was retired. He
Bitter
said he was
as
retiring
hell.
by 30 before. Like, he said it a bunch of
Whatever.
times. But anyway.
The point is, You were this label's golden child, and you had a plan for yourself. The plan didn't work out. Now we all established here in past episodes that Drake is locked into some type of deal. We don't know what it is, but Drake is in some wild ass deal where he has to keep dropping music
And touring.
and touring. We said that here. You were the label's golden child. Now it seems like they're starting to turn their back on you a little bit in the midst of all of this is going on. One thing that you've had over everybody's head your entire career is better business practices than everybody, minus the fact that you're signed to Baby.
You just made two extremely valid points. He was the label's golden child, and
Now, most niggas won't say that in their argument,
and
especially while you're yelling.
he was the label's
I'ma calm
he was the
down.
label's golden child,
down a little
and
bit.
two, they're starting to turn their back on you. But that's
I'm gonna come back in
exactly
the hole.
why I keep trying to lock in
Rome is falling.
on the fact
Rome
that
is falling.
they are suing them because of a breach of contract, and again, and it all comes down to one technicality in lawsuits. It all comes down to, did you break the fine print of whatever line 37, line 107A, whatever. Like, you feel me? It all comes down to, did you do this or did you not?
I'm gonna tell you some good
Like-
shit. I hope Drake wins. I hope Drake wins for his sake. 'Cause if he
Moriel.
holds that big of an L back to back, he's on suicide watch. I'ma pray for him.
No, Moriel, I can guarantee you Drake would not be filing this lawsuit right now if him or his lawyer did not have some type of hard evidence that funds were behind this. I promise you. Because without that evidence, this is a bogus lawsuit.
Again, I don't know.
But I'll also tell you, America is the #1 country for litigation.
And
if you want to sue somebody, this is the place to
And
come
he's
to.
taking a risk. And he took a risk by doing this shit. Because to be honest with you, it's looking like bad sportsmanship when it's really not about Kendrick.
The beef is
Who cares
over.
when you win?
Well,
He
here's
is talking to the label
Here-
because
here-
he feels slighted, and he has every right to do that. That is his right
Yeah.
as a Canadian in America. But yeah, I hope he wins for his sake, for everyone's sake. It would be an industry game changer because of how he's handling this. Because it would unearth and surface a lot of really shady and shitty practices.
And keep
Hold on, wait, hold on.
But I'm
This was
also
just-
here to tell you that Kendrick doesn't need inflation to be popular.
Hold on, pause right there. This was just sent. Thank you, Ka. This was just sent to me. This was a post from Lauren LaRosa, posted by the Shade Room. Did some reaching out, trying to understand why Drake would file this lawsuit. A source close to Drake's camp tells me Drake's side decided to file this suit not just because of the Not Like Us song. It's bigger than just the song, which is why Drake is suing the label and not Kendrick directly. From what I'm told, Drake allegedly feels as if his label, them, is using money he's made them to fund Kendrick Lamar's song, burying him amidst a sensitive label negotiation he's currently in. Drake feels like the label is allegedly not protecting a major asset, him, which I literally just kind of said to y'all, which is conveniently timed around the time he's in negotiations for a new deal with the label.
Yes.
Which I just said he's had plans to retire early.
well, here's
Drake, hold on, wait, hang on
finish.
hang on one
Then I
second
got
for
something.
you. And she posted an update earlier today saying he had a $400 million deal and wanted a $600 million deal. And this is allegedly. And these are from my sources,
That's more than
who may or may not be sitting in this room right
That's
now.
a large
That's
deal.
more than the Quincy Jones estate. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. Quincy so far has only had $500 million.
Now-
So that's just to give you a scale of the wealth we're talking about. We're talking about $500 million.
Well, if to quote Drake directly before I go in on this, Drake did say, "Now, if the last negotiation made you pay me 25, well, this is the perfect time to pay me 25 more." Drake does enjoy talking his stuff. However, now, do I understand where Drake is coming from in his terms that he might feel slighted? Now, to address a specific point in what you said, it feels like Drake's team is filing that lawsuit, if I'm saying this correctly. Drake's team is filing that lawsuit because he feels like they're using money that he made them to fund his downfall, basically.
That's something to be mad about.
Now,
I would be mad about that shit.
Is it?
Here's the thing.
Don't use my gasoline to put someone else's fire.
Let me land. At the end of the day, this is why the music industry is so cutthroat. Whatever money that he made the label is the label's money.
Facts.
And they can do whatever they want with that.
Facts.
And we all know that the music industry is very cutthroat because we've seen how they chew artists up, use them for everything they got, and then spit them out. There's no more real artist development anymore. They ride them while they're hot, and then they drop them. Drake has managed to surpass that for some time now, but they are now seeing that amidst this rap beef, there might be a hotter product that they can invest in.
I just wanted just one point, and I'll kick it to whoever else. I don't have the number directly in front of me, but I believe Drake is number 98 on the list of all-time selling artists. Number 98.
That's
Kendrick,
a horrible number.
I believe Kendrick is number 124. Rihanna's 101. So
Is it
just to let you know,
Sidebar.
there are at the very least 96 to 98 more niggas who have sold more records than Drake.
Sidebar. Like
That's
you
all.
said,
All of them were under. You know,
I'm not gonna lie. I want to know who
them.
those 96 people
like
are.
you said with
But-
the label's golden child topic, for the way, in my opinion, that Drake's career has been propped up. 90-something is crazy. I would think he's at least
Well,
top
that-
15.
for a nigga who's been at the head.
Oh.
The crazy thing is that this nigga has been at the head of the streaming.
To be honest
The
with you,
streaming, the streaming farm arguments.
That's
People like
why
That number
him
doesn't surprise
have been
me.
at the top of these discussions, and it's
surprised me.
so
That's-
ironic
that's-
that you're the person
And all these
That's
people-
filing a lawsuit about it.
But that's the thing.
Yeah,
that,
there is
that's
probably
what
a
throws
lot
me
of
a
white
loop.
people up
artists.
there.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. That's
In a time where music had to be bought.
But that's what I'm saying. But like that's kind of what throws me for a loop too, is because like he's been at the top of his game, quote unquote, for a while, and the fact that he's only 98 is kind of because he's, to my knowledge, he's been top 5 most streamed around the world for a while.
Yeah, a long time.
He's been up there with Ed Sheeran, Ariana Grande, and
Those two names
Wait,
just got in the conversation.
just to confirm, this is 98 on streamed artists or
no
sold?
all-time album sales.
You gotta
Okay.
look at it though.
There-
He falls into the millennial category where we kind of crossed over between.
Numbers can be
Sales.
easily.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm saying this with respect to the fact that Drake is one of the, if not the highest selling artists within the last 20 to 30 years.
yeah.
And the fact that his album sales surpass his years in the music industry. Like he sold more than somebody who's been in the music industry should have sold at this time.
Yeah. And
So he's going up against people who were making music in the freaking 60s and the 70s.
And
so you're not going to sell more albums than those people,
Okay, that's
obviously.
what I was saying.
yeah.
But
and that's a
that
good point.
is to tell you, in the whole cog of this giant machine, you're not as big as you think you are.
And that's what I'm also trying
That's
to.
the point. Don't get hung up on the number. Nigga, you're 98.
And here's the thing: is like that's why people saying they push Michael Jackson numbers. Is like, did you really? But aside from that, because
Mike
that's getting a little.
Jackson's ill.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that, because again, you couldn't stream Michael Jackson. You had to buy his CD
Jack was
or
I
his
wouldn't be surprised
record.
if he was number one.
But
Top 5
again,
artists.
to get back to my point is also that. Do I feel like? I don't know the exact wording of the contract. Does Drake have a right to feel like an asset to the company at this point after all the money that he's made his label?
No, absolutely.
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 Do you
However,
have equity in this company?
But that's what I'm getting.
Did
to
you
is that-
negotiate that shit?
Well, that's
If so, then what the
No,
does
as
it
long as
matter?
he's under
If
contract
not,
with
you're
them, he's
sick.
an asset.
Well,
But that's your business, though.
That's what I'm getting at. Is what I'm saying is that like, unless you like, we all know, at least us like who we talk about music a lot. We know again how cutthroat the industry is, and we know how quick they are to drop somebody off if you're not selling records. It's not like Drake isn't selling records.
But you know what? It's-
Damn, I hate bringing up
Let me finish real quick.
unsubstantiated
Let-
facts, but does Drake not have shares in Universal? Am I tripping?
Let me finish. It's
Stop
just
saying
that
the name.
Oh, no.
It's
I
very
don't know.
all
But
I'm
if
trying
I
to
have
say
stock, if I have stock in the company, I get it because there's a deal on the table. But I don't. But because of the deal on the table, I don't believe that he has equity in this company.
Right.
And because he's already if I believe so, he already sold off his masters. So
And that's the point that I'm trying to get at is that like
something got messed up. Something got somewhere either early or somewhere in the middle of his career. The money got messed up.
If I could finish,
he's trying his best to recoup as much as he can.
If I could finish my sentence real quick, and I'll let y'all say what y'all.
Just say the sentence.
I'm working on it.
My fault. We keep cutting you off.
You in the room with black people.
What I'm trying to say is,
he is black.
I'm working on it. It's just there's a lot of voices to me. Aside from that,
just white leaning.
What you just said?
Good night.
It's pink. Say that.
I love everybody.
All of y'all. No,
Respectfully,
I love y'all. But look, what I'm trying to, and to Colin's point, is that clearly, if this is the case, and if Drake does have some kind of standpoint to sit on this argument and say that he feels like he's not being protected as an asset, then clearly, if this is the case where they, did this amidst his whatever, I can understand feeling slighted if they're trying to decrease your value amidst the re-signing of a deal. However, there is a point to be made in saying that like a lot of artists are treated as expendable. If you get into a battle that you felt wholeheartedly that you could win and you end up losing that shit monumentally, that's on you as the artist.
Well, I'm gonna tell you some good stuff.
Because they might have gave both. Let me just say, they might have gave both sides. Be like, okay, duke it out, see who wins. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who wins this battle, that's all streams for Universal. So they definitely condoned it.
Damn, can we stop saying the name?
I already said this. They already hedged their bets. I said that like 20 minutes ago. But what I will say is, Drake is caught up playing the wrong. Bets. Drake is playing the wrong game. Like, part of the reason people were excited to see Kendrick and Drake go against each other is because they both have their own labels now. I can't, is Drake 100% the owner of OVO? Is that not a UMG?
I mean, he is the owner of OVO, but every label has a.
Does that not belong to his label? I'm pretty sure.
But not, it's his label, not Kendrick's and
Kendrick's parent company is Interscope.
Okay.
Whose parent company is them.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I feel like I feel like y'all are just missing a bigger point. A important part when it comes to this is that Mario, you've worked in PR, right?
Yeah.
I dabbled in PR for a little bit. You know that when it comes to marketing, an artist or whatever situation may be, a song, whatever it is, every single thing can be bought, right? From comments to an influencer dance to a TikTok video, every single thing could be bought. So do I think 17 million people streamed Not Like Us in America? Yes. Do I think that 17 million people went on Instagram and had such a strong and large crowded opinion about the beef in favor of Kendrick? No.
Not seven. Whoa. It's not going to be 17 million people. It's going to be 5 million people doing that shit 17 million times.
Yeah.
Because I will say this.
That's accurate.
In a way,
you're taking out of account that Kendrick is a global superstar. He performed in Paris and they were speaking perfect English at his concert. I've never seen anything like it.
On HBO.
I also want to say this in response to that.
Amazon Music.
Because
was that Amazon? I thought that was an HBO.
But here's another part to that too, is that it's also while giving respect to Drake and everything that he's done, you can also say there is some weight to the statement, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And I feel like there is a large crowd of people who are waiting on Drake to take this ass whooping.
Did they go for him? He's been going for everybody.
Okay,
Drake goes for everybody too.
He ain't had no support, bruh.
What's the question?
Is there any artist who makes the same money that they peaked at throughout their entire career?
What do you mean?
Elaborate a little bit.
Yeah. Like, who is consistently the highest paid?
Yes.
Like, you're talking about in terms of like
that
Drake.
Happens in anything, sports, anything. I don't think that happens.
It's hard to
Check
do.
Is always supposed to be bigger if you're doing
I'll be real. I don't know.
The fall off. The fall off hurt, don't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy that Cole's were. It's crazy that Cole. Never mind.
But that's what I'm trying to say is like I feel like there were a lot of people in the general audience.
Cole's working
I feel
on
like
what?
I feel like there was a lot of people in the general hip hop audience that were waiting for Drake to get what they might consider his comeuppance. Because because even before this, there was a lot of people saying
your fall from grace can be one of two ways. It can either be sad and painful,
or gracious,
or it can be honorable and gracious.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a sad and painful fall from grace.
Because that's
take it whichever way you want.
Yeah.
But clearly, if what we just heard is true, and the number dropped 200 million on a deal, you are falling from the sky, sir.
But that's what I'm trying to say is that like even before the Kendrick beef and all this stuff, like there was people who love Drake consistently. Like I know people who like almost religiously only listen to Drake. Like it's kind of like Drake has a severe impact on a lot of people. However, there are also that same amount of people, if not more, who are like, yo, because we've even heard controversies about Drake's music that he's dropped. Like even when he dropped Controller and like that whole album. They were saying, views. They were saying that like he was biting off this type of like island Caribbean type style.
The reality situation is nobody wants anybody or anything to be bigger than the program. Drake got to a point where he felt he was bigger than the program. That shit is bad for business and it's bad for relationships. Right. You get what I'm saying? I feel like how Kendrick is saying, oh, he hopped on everybody wave, this, that, and the third. And from Drake's view, he feel like he's helping everybody. Right. When you get to a point where you're quote unquote bigger than the program, now you're no longer helping these people. You're technically taking their songs. A person can be so big. It's like Michael Jackson and Chris Brown walking down the street at the same time.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
When Drake cut his braids, that's how you know this shit was over.
But Beacon, that kind of serves my.
So he got to a point in his career where that shit is not serving anybody but him.
Right.
What is
he
it?
has to be knocked off this pedestal, and everybody helped to do it because it's beneficial to them. But the labels and other artists.
But that's you. It's a good point, but that serves my point. Is what I'm saying is that like yes, Drake might have gotten so big to where it would have felt like if he takes a different type of style, he's using that because he knows it's popular in a different market. And it's like now Drake is profiting off of that. But that goes to serve my point in saying, though that might be true, and like does Drake have control over that? Maybe not. Because Drake can't necessarily control how big he gets and how popular he is with other people. But that goes to show that like. Because you are saying that, there are a large group of people that are saying that, hey, it's maybe time for Drake to be done.
This is about. I'm
Roman
glad you said that.
Guys. We have been arguing about this for quite some time.
This is actually my last opinion.
Okay, so we are going to literally have to close on Quills because the camera's about to die.
This is my last opinion. And it's a simple yes or no question. Right. Do you guys think that this culmination of Drake's career is like his just desserts? Do you think it's like well deserved as a career ender? Like, do you think this is the right note for the way it's been and his opinion on how big he is or whatever to end the way it has ended?
No.
Do you think it's not for me to answer?
I don't think it's necessary.
No, just your opinion on the matter.
That's not for me to answer because I don't know enough about Drake personally to know if this is what he deserves. This is just the way things have unfolded. So I can
his music.
You ask a question, let me answer it.
Go ahead.
The only thing I can say is based on the reaction of most of the industry, this is what the industry wants. They want to see you burn like this, so I can't say nothing about it. But with that, we are going to have to close out. We can bring this topic up another time, and when we do this again, we'll do a part 2 because clearly there's still some unresolved things here. All right, it's Woah Chill. I want everybody to please make sure you guys follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you want to hear the full, unedited version of these podcasts with music and all of that, that's where it's at. All right, comment, like, subscribe. Woah Chill. We out of here, man.
Woah Chill.
We got this out there.
It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He open.
Tunde.